The next item, Commissioners, is number 5, an application for a certificate of appropriateness in the Borough of Manhattan, docket number 16-5032, Block 1502, Lot 11, 15 East 90th Street, and it's also known as the 15 East 90th Street House, an individual landmark and also in the Carnegie Hill Historic District, a neo-federal style house designed by Mott B. Schmidt and built in 1927 to 28, and the application is to install a security camera.
All right, good morning, Victor Demonic, Preservation staff. This proposal is to install a second security camera at the ground floor, the first of which was approved at staff level, and Kurt here is to go to greater detail.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'll go through very quickly because I know we're a little bit behind today, and I'll try to speak as loud as possible to fight the rat eater. So if you can't hear me, just yell. We have a few historic images of the facade of the building in 1930, 1940, 1980, and the current condition. There are 2 entry doors at the front. One is the primary entry to the building, which is framed by the portico. There's also an original service entry that was designed as part of the original design to appear like a window on the side of the panel. Both doors are still very active. One of the biggest concerns with the security consultant that the client worked with prior to our being involved in the project, there was no means to be able to get one security camera to cover both entries, as it's partly shielded by the portico, and the cone of vision on the smaller cameras prohibit being able to see both doors from one camera and having them functional. We have, you can see here the other perspective. The cameras are the smallest size camera that's available to work with the system. It is a fixed camera with that size, which means you don't have the flexibility of panning from one door to another. In working with staff, we were able to select a color to have the factory cameras disassembled, powder coated to match the color of the brick, and then reassembled. This is the one that was approved at staff level. And the cameras would be located on either side of the service entry to the left of each respective door. Here we've done a few mock-up renderings showing what the cameras would look like in place. This is the one to the left of the service door, and you can see here the one to the left of the primary entry, and the existing condition with no cameras, and the proposed condition with both cameras.
Any questions? Questions? Okay. We'll take testimony. Michael Hall.
Michael Hall, Friends of the Upper East Side. Our committee found that the additional security camera proposed for 15 East 90th Street is appropriate, provided the color selected matches the brick as closely as illustrated in the renderings. The Preservation Committee at Friends supports the application. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more speakers? All right. The Community Board 8 also sent in their resolution where the application is approved as presented. All right. Any other questions for the applicant? I know that we've looked at security cameras, facades before. I think we've always found some of them rather large and clunky, but it seems in this case is a very, very small, and I think the color really helps in blending it with the facade. So even though you have 2 cameras on either side, I think it really just disappears into the facade.
The diameter?
The diameter of the camera is approximately 8.5, 8.75 inches. So it's relatively small. It's about that large, and it projects out about that far.
Smaller than that, I would have thought. I was thinking it was smaller, huh? That's 8 inches, so that is 8 inches.
Okay, any concerns?
And so this color really is the color
That is the real color. Actually, if we go back,
Yeah, they're good.
that's a photo of the actual color of the camera once it's powder coated.
And that's the closest to the brick?
Yes. We wanted to make sure we had a coating on there that wouldn't peel and wouldn't have to be maintained. So by taking it apart and having it powder coated, we know that finish is gonna be there for the life of the camera. And it also won't fade over time.
Any other questions? Okay, good. So we can close the hearing. Roberta, you want to read that? Short. It's item 5.
Matter of 15 East 90th Street, 15 East 90th Street House, individual landmark, Carnegie Hill Historic District. Application is to install a security camera. I recommend approval, finding that the proposed additional security camera at the ground floor is small in scale and will be installed between the portico pilaster and a shutter where it will recede from view. That the security camera housing will be painted to match the surrounding brickwork. That the work will not result in damage to or loss of any significant historic fabric, and that the cumulative effect of the multiple installations will not detract from the special architectural or historic character of the building or district.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, this application's been approved.